Right, so welcome to part 7 of Let's Play's Disco Elysium. We actually managed to examine the body, still haven't cut it down yet. We found out that he had some rather unique boots and at some point was wearing full body armour. So the boots thing is something we can look up or phone the station about. Okay. This is Precinct 57. The operator greets you through the static. How may I assist you? Could you run a serial number from a pair of armoured boots for me? Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the armour, if you know. E50.100.1000. The make and model of the armour is Fairweather T500VE. Got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call you back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then. The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an intersolary law enforcement service. The crown jewel of the moral intern diadem alongside EPIS and the coalition government. Well, that will do for now. Over and out, she says. Okay. Wonder if Kim has anything useful to offer.
Yes?
Tell me about the case again. I'm not sure we have anything to really that we haven't already talked about. I may be wrong on this, of course. Okay. So I think another thing we wanted to do was ask this kid up here if he knew who had stolen the armour. Hey.
Fuck, this cone okay?
I want to discuss the body with you again, Kuno. Where's the rest of his armour? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armour. How come? Kuno's fuck gimps got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. A mutant? Look at him. He points to the body. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armour's too big for any man. He drills his temples with his fingers in some strange, aggressive gesture. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armour. Kuno threw that shit away. What do you mean you threw it away? Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. He performs a kick-off on the imaginary helmet. Kuno kicked that shit into the sea. Rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. You threw it in the sea? Yeah. That shit means nothing to Kuno, he repeats. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armour? Go fuck the moustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates. Who do you mean, troubadour? Yeah, cocking boots. You know that jolly union cowfucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit. Came around pretending like he cares about cows. Yes, you met him at the gates. The one with the boots and the jolly smile. You mean Manana? Yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armour shit. Coming here, pretending he likes cows, trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armour. Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information? And you're just telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, are you? Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now. Still seems suspicious. You may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire. Okay. You're testing Kuno's patience here. Well, we're just trying to get out of this conversation, so we could go talk to the union guy about it. There may be a reason why we're being put on to him. Nothing to do with him.
I guess getting past the man ain't that simple after all.
No.
So, what now?
Okay, so let's ask him about the measurehead thing. It didn't go well for me. Could you help me with that somehow? Sorry, busy surveying the situation. He takes a swig from his flask. I'm sure you'll figure something out. You guys have all sorts of gadgets these days. Wiretapping, telescope batons, futuristic circuit bending to infiltrate harbour machinery. Maybe you could even knock that cavalcent crane over using some remote controls. He stops to think. Or calling in tactical air support. You guys have air support, right? Turn to Kim. Wait, we have air support? Why didn't you tell me? Because we don't, says Kim. We don't have air support or any of those other things. I get it. Hush hush about the secret technology. He pats the side of his nose with his index finger. Something changes in his disposition. A merciful smile in the corner of his eye. Alright, I may have some advice for you on how to deal with Jean-Luc there. Out of solidarity to the RCM. It's low on technology, however. Yes? First, don't fight him. Obviously. Second, get him to share his theory by being subordinate. Admit your lack of expertise. Basically grovel. That's how I'd do it. He tips his beret and concludes, You're welcome. Maybe that would work. We'll have to see. Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor. Heh, he smiles. The little boya did good on his promise. His promise? To get me into trouble, to sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words, not mine. What happened? I was asked to look into the armor situation. Official union probe, you know, track it down so you took it. And did you? At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'd make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cops in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. He smiles. One bad move is all it takes. The probe into the armour, what did you learn? I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armour. What else? Not much technical stuff, mostly. That was the interesting part. What sort of technical stuff? I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library, he explains with a wry smile. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off. How does it come off? In parts, 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing, the gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia. Hold on, 4 pieces. Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings? Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Gives you a jolly shrug. Forget about them, I did. Okay, I'm ambitious. I'm gonna find all of it. All the pieces. All of it? The lieutenant raises his brow. There are junior officers out there eager to prove themselves. I would leave some for them, and I would leave the boots to processing. But okay, let's find all of it. A mescuous epic, then? Ah, probably butchered that word. All across Martinez, he glances south, where the canal runs. I hope it will be a real bonanza for you. Thank you for the cooperation, sir. No problem. He finally takes a swig from the flask. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Manana. Thank him for showing me the way. He is sincerely grateful he is not tracking down pieces of armor right now. Good talking to you. Gotta run. Let's pick up every mission possible even. I do not fancy having a go the tough way. What do I fancy having a go at exactly? Oh, there's the bookshop. I didn't have much to do with the bookshop. There are these guys playing bowls that I've never spoken to. Okay, let's have a word with them.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape?
Honey, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, alright?
The other one is eating a big sandwich.
I am trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old, I can see that. We're both old. Now, stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first, ask questions later. Shouldn't I ask what the game is first? No, you've got this. There's the ball. You're the game. Okay, I'm really tempted to do this. Yeah, grab the ball and show them how it's done. Whoa, what the hell happened? Right. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. Feel the ball. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern to it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have merged into a single entity. The man ball is ready. Okay, take in the surroundings. A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until the only thing left is the union of man and ball. It's time for a last glance inwards. Who am I? An embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor running at maximum efficiency. Some would say you're you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now. The inertia can be contained no more than a bullet leaving a gun. Let go. Be the bullet. Murd! The old soldier yells in outrage. Bordel de merde. It wasn't murd. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24 and then some. Nothing to be embarrassed about. What the hell is your problem? Not a weak right triceps, that's for sure. I don't care if you're a cop, you do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful. I'm sensing anger, and I don't understand why. You vandalised our game, son. He tries to calm himself. We can't play Pentanqua with 5 bowls. P-tank? Ah, P-tank. Yes, P-tank. The man says, raising his voice, you ruined our P-tank game. We want our ball back. Take it easy, Rene. The jolly one tries to defuse the situation. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done. Okay, I will try to fix this. Good, he nods. Mistakes are forgiven when men at least try to right their wrongs. I believe you will try. Now, why did you approach us? Just talk. It will smooth things over. Old people like attention. Do you know anything about the man hanged in the backyard of Whirling in Rags? Unfortunately, I don't. He shrugs. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement, but this affair has passed me by completely. And most of the locals? In Martinaise, the union is the law. So can you really blame them? But you don't have a problem with cops. Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets. So again, you don't know anything? If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I am an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me. 'Tis true, sire. He knows nothing. This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future. Okay. So I saw a statue of Philippe III near the roundabout. Ah yes, King Philippe III on his steed, a reminder of what Revicol once was. Oh, absolutely. He smiles, as if reliving a pleasant memory. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep in a bed of gold? A superpower feared and respected, a testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king, someone who knows how to rule. How should a true king rule? Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. Seems to me a leader should take care of his people before himself. A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to... Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened. There is some weariness in his voice now. He's heard this rant many times before. The carabinier doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come. Still, in that antique uniform, it's a symbol for him. What was that about cocaine? Oh, old Philippe was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much, a cocaine connoisseur of sorts. He chuckles. His egocentricity is borderline legendary. You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? He asks, obviously annoyed. That's why the Philippian kings used cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid their work. Regnum cocainum, Revicole's finest years. He seems to grow taller, brimming with pride about the past. Of course, the lieutenant marks dryly. Clarity of vision. Awareness. Philippe III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court medic administered a dose to his mother when she was in labour. And it was known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest of course, he was able to connect with higher realms. Higher realms? Of course, it all makes sense. Okay, so what was that about higher realms? Sounds interesting. It's really not. He turns to Renee. Please do spare us the cocaine fairy tales. Yes, indeed, says Kim. We are not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past. Alrighty then. You seem to be playing in a crater. Yes, the man nods. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to the familiar game. Was it made by a sea monster rising from the depths? No, he says without even smiling. It was left by heavy artillery fire. Okay, it's a crater left by artillery fire, but why? Why what? Why was heavy artillery used? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clear up your home. Did you use artillery fire against them? Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly, too valiantly, so valiantly we got licked, he adds, squeezing a bowl in his fist. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't know. We lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough. It was probably a bit more complicated than that. They should have chosen a place away from people and buildings. This place is the damn beachhead, son, he says, pointing to the bay. They had to soften the commies up first. The beachhead? Yes, he nods, inspecting you with some disdain. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revicol. He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generations. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revicol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. He points to the northeast. Okay, shake my head and look down at the crater. This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, he says, looking down at the soil. We've played... how do we say that? Petang on their mangled corpses. Blood Ground. The other man shakes his head. You got old Rene going there, like he isn't angry enough already. Ah, that explains all the war damage. Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on this city before he stormed it. And it worked too. There is a strange gleam in his eyes. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but not Martinez. they keep as a monument. A dark shadow runs across his face, and now the Union Socialists are practically running the place. Well, it's your own damn fault, the jolly man marks. You, we, the Coalition, Revocol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course, they still hold influence. You don't even begin to truly understand the players at the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... He stops mid-sentence and turns to you. What do you think? Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present ones. The Coalition seems quite capable, actually. They're not, and I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, he takes a deep breath. I would have preferred if the Right Honourable King Guillaume returned to Revocol, or even if that damn clown Frissel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case. This royal failure weighs heavily on him. Instead, all that is just, holy and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. He sighs. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the rule of suzerain with. How does Philippe III factor into this? Point towards the monument. He doesn't, the veteran replies sharply. That was 100 years ago. Ain't got nothing to do with anything. Okay. Who is this Frissel? Damn Frissel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabiniers, failed him. And the crown. The old veteran falls silent and massages his chest. He died in the hands of hoi polloi in a very public execution. And you mentioned Guillaume? Oh, I'm so bad at these names. I'm so sorry. A true king in both blood and mind led Revocol before Frissel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile. Some manner of self-deceit is present in his thinking. Sounds like this Guillaume abandoned him, and he doesn't want to admit it. Okay, so what exactly is a suzerain? The suzerain is the king. Has everybody forgotten already? He then slowly nods and says to himself, they've forgotten already. Soon they will forget everything, him too. Then he chooses anger over melancholy. It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire. So we have a white check, which looks kind of difficult. What is it about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud? We have very little chance of succeeding here, but you know what? We're going to give it a go anyway. All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon. He catches your glance and nods. This is the uniform of the Royal Carabiniers in service of Frissel I, Guillaume le Lion, and the valiant King Philippe V before him. Don't you mean Fristle the Fun? You do not speak his name, Craven. Although he was a clown, he adds, he turns back to you. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn. There's something you've missed. You'll get to it, don't worry. Thank you for your time. Okay. What is this? What's this? Enormous bowls worthy of a real man. Said he threw the helmet into the sea. And you're not seeing anything around here. And we're not seeing that ball that we did either. I can't remember what this wall was all about. Okay, so we have a conceptualization check, but apparently it's not great at the moment. So we can try it again, or try it when we're slightly better at that sort of thing. So I think this lady was some sort of representative and an educator. Oh. Joyce Messier, a striking woman, leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling at your approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
She extends her hand in greeting.
Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
She steps closer and holds out her hand over the railing. What gave us away?
Nothing, honestly. I've said it to every drunk in town, and you're the first one who's responded.
What is implied here? That you're a drunk? She hasn't actually said it to every drunk in town. It was spoken in jest. Okay. Joyce L. What does the L stand for?
Leighton, my maiden name.
Her bony hand dangles from the sleeve of her oversized raincoat. Okay. We'll be polite. Shake
I'm
her
glad
hand.
to see you here.
Her grip is cold and tight.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful. You seem rich. Can I have some money? Is what you want to say, But it isn't that easy, is it? What? Why not? Look at that lady. Take a gander. Squint your eyes, Bob. What lustrous hair! A well-kempt yet tastefully short bob of dark hair. Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave, late 40s style. While dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind of eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible. Within reason. Yes, so? Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lace. A size of boots precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too... I'm a goddamn working man. I'm not ashamed to shake this leech for some dough. You think your little communism protects you from this feeling? No. The more demeaning it is to grovel at her feet. Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonour the force. As I was saying, her voice breaks the silence and suddenly you're back again. Nearby, a seagull pecks at a piece of garbage. If there's any way I may be of assistance, don't hesitate to ask. So, we could ask her. But maybe we should wait till we've at least got some information out of her. Okay, do you know something about these tattoos? Show her the photo. That's the man who was killed. She almost takes the photo, but then stops. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question. So you know something about the tattoos? Better not tie the forestay to the backstay on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with. She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it. What the hell? Okay, so can you tell me about this lynching? Quite a few things, I'm afraid. She falls silent for a moment, contemplating something. Interview... Oh, right, we gain experience for a secret task. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers. Whoa. Of course, Mum. We should introduce ourselves. The lieutenant hands her a piece of blue plastic. I'm Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice. How curious. She returns the lieutenant's badge and turns to you. Why is that, detective? Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events. Remember when my partner told you I'd recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? My lost badge is related to it. I see. She looks increasingly worried. So are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode? I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. This world, this city, nothing. Oh dear, she sighs with confusion, sadness even. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as it may sound. I simply can't imagine what you'd gain by faking such a condition. As I said, ma'am, the lieutenant interjects, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM. Of course, I sympathise, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge. Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement. What kind of arrangement would it be? I mean, favours for favours, a dirty alliance of some sort. Consider this. Perhaps she has been planning it all along. That you convinced yourself into colluding with her. Okay. Well, wow. We apparently are quite likely to make this check. Seems like it's probably worth it in this case. Okay, so how do I negotiate my way out of this? Easy, just offer her a favour, like I said, nice and dirty. Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement credentials. I will be frank with you. She puts down her thermal cup. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible. You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain. Like what? Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason. The company has tried looking into the matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones? Or she picks the cup back up. You can recover your badge. Though, if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause. Detective, the lieutenant closes his notebook. A word in private before we continue. Excuse us for a moment, ma'am. Okay. So, I need to stop there for today. We will find out what Kim has to say next time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you next time. Farewell.